Hey everybody, I'm Chase Petiche, spiritual coach and astrologer, here to give you a full moon in Cancer update and just talk about the current astrology and some of the themes I'm seeing for here in January of 2025 and 2025. It's going to be a wild ride this year. Buckle up and let's talk about it. So one of the things, there's a few major things happening here on this full moon. Let's talk about, a full moon in Cancer. Cancer's ruling planet is the moon, and the moon is traditionally our subconscious, our undercurrent, the way we react to things, our instincts, our subconscious, our emotions, our intuition. It's traditionally the feminine element. It's at night, it's yin. So there's this full moon is a very emotional full moon. It's actually a moon of quite powerful emergent energy as well, because what we have going on is we have the sun conjunct Pluto, and then we have the moon conjunct Mars. And so we started the year off with this Pluto Mars opposition. Sorry, not conjunct. Sorry, I meant to say opposing. We started the year off with this Sun Mars opposition. Mars Pluto opposition, and man, that energy is really powerful because we have the archetype of Pluto, which is transformation and shedding and letting go. It can also rule fear. It can rule the things we hold on to the tightest, and it can also rule what we're able to let go of and shed and transform when it's appropriate. And so Pluto is, alongside Eris, the 10th planet, the most powerful archetype, one of the most powerful archetypes in astrology. It's really the most powerful archetype in the universe. It's the energy of birth and death, right? And that process. And then we have Mars, the energy of assertion, warrior, aggression, pushing energy forward, moving worlds forward, confrontation, and so those two things in an opposition, highlighted by the sun and the moon, is, man, you are going to have some powerful transformative, kind of maybe violent feelings, emotions, and changes of the guard. What I'm feeling here with this energy is that we have been in a collective, right, imbalance in our world, and especially here in America, extraordinarily imbalanced. I believe, I don't know if the statistic is still true, but United States of America uses 50% of the Earth's resources. And let's talk, the resources. What is a resource? It's Mother Earth. It's the water, it's the earth, it's the land, it's the animals, it's us. We are nature. We are a resource. This idea of a resource, I can't stand that word. It's like separates us from nature, like we're separate. So we've been very imbalanced here in this country, and the emerging divine feminine and the recalibration of energetics on planet Earth, there is going to be big, massive shifts. There's going to be, Mother Earth is correcting a lot of imbalances, and she is cleansing us of a lot of imbalances, and we can't argue with her. She has her way, and I think a lot of the natural disasters and things that are going on, I feel in my bones, it's Mother Earth's kind of rage at the extraction of all of us that have been a part of this system that most of us don't want to be a part of, right? We don't want to be a part of this extractive system. And the way we're dealing with it is through ourselves. We're like, because that's how I'm dealing with it. I'm like, okay, because I'm realizing I am nature. I am not apart from the earth. I am the earth. I am one with the earth. So if we are going to recalibrate these energetics that are off balance, I have to recalibrate them within myself. Where in my life am I extracted? Where do I overgive? Where am I not protecting myself? How can I begin to value myself more? How can I begin to have boundaries and protection of what is holy and sacred and uphold those things? Because the old paradigm that we have lived in, it's the norm. It's been a codependent thing, and the norm has been extraction of the, it's a lot of it is, energy, extraction of energy. And looking, I think all of us are feeling this, right? We don't want to be part of this grind culture anymore. We're exhausted, we're depleted, we're sick, we're tired. And a lot of what's going to be showing up this year is going to be a lot of cleansing and recalibration and just shifting of the dynamics that are going to be balancing that energy out. So the old world is literally dying right now. There is a new world that is emerging. And the new world is going to be built upon new virtues that are aligned with the energetics of the divine feminine and our intuition. So it was funny because I was kind of thinking about this, and I was thinking about looking at the chart, and I was like, man, I was writing, how well can we let go, and how much of our faith can we start to have in the spiritual realm? Because let's look at the things that have been off balance. We have materialism and we have spirituality, right? We have yang, we have yin, we have thinking, we have feeling, right? This seeming duality here in our on our earth. The things that have been imbalanced, right, is materialism and spirit. So if we are spiritually deficient and materialistically overburdened, so we're starting that's what's going to be naturally recalibrated. So I just wrote the word spiritual awakening because that's what a spiritual awakening is. A spiritual awakening is literally, it's funny because this word has been used for so long, and I've been saying this word, and then today I looked at it differently. I was like, oh, a spiritual awakening is when you start to awaken to the power of spirit. And when you start to awaken to the power of spirit, you start to become one with the flow, the etheric energetics, substance that makes up the material, and the spiritual that makes up the energy of this universe. And you start to realize that those two things are actually blended, and you start to pay attention to your own spirit, meaning your intuition, your vision, your thoughts, and how they connect to materiality. And it's interesting because 2025 is going to be the year of the snake in February. And the snake is like when things transform. It is the year of awakening. It is the year of, in every tradition, the snake, the kundalini, is the kundalini awakening. It coils up. It's the most ancient symbol, one of the most ancient symbols, primordial symbols of awakening. And that is this year. And then we also have, which I was looking at our chart, we have so much Pisces coming online right now. So at the start of the year as well, we have a strong Pluto energy. We have the sun trining Uranus, the sun Pluto trining Uranus, which is another form of awakening. And then we have Saturn conjunct Neptune. So it's going to be conjunct Neptune. We have a bunch of Piscean energy that is coming online, which Neptune is the planet that rules Pisces. Currently, we have 4 planets in Pisces. And we have the North Node just moved into Pisces. It was in Aries for the past year and a half. And it's 2 degrees from Neptune. So what this is actually offering us, when I'm saying spiritual awakening, we're talking about the year of the snake. We're talking about the shifting of these paradigms. We're moving into, Mother Earth is recalibrating herself. And we are a part of that. We are not a part, we are a part, right? We are one with her. What this is offering us is legitimate ability to begin to transcend matter and access the spirit in a way we never have before. And honestly, that's what's happening for me right now. And I can feel it. I was looking at the astrology and I was like, oh my God, wow. This must be able to be accessed for everyone. And it's really the blending, it's the dissolving of materiality and the awakening of the spirit behind all matter. And starting to realize that really our internal reality, this is going to become more and more and more clear as the days go on, as the years go on, and as the paradigms just continue to shift, and as the dynamics tend to devolve and evolve, as we are in the shifting of the ages, right? Our internal reality, are we in fear? Are we making our choices out of fear? Are we feeding our fear? Or are we making them out of love? And I want to talk about that dynamic, and I want to talk about what that actually means, because it's simple to say, it's another thing to do. So when I say fear versus love, what I mean is the natural order of the universe is actually one of love. It's expansion. It's how a flower blossoms. It's how the waves continuously break on the shore. There is a rhythm. It is the spiral of time. It is the Milky Way spiral. It is the spiral, the karmic wheel. It is how things work. It is the natural cycles. And that actually, there is a blooming, there is a blossoming, there is an evolution, and that is made up of love. That is made up of love. The constriction and the distortion of love is what is made up of fear. But I want to get this straight, that our natural energy on this earth and in this universe is one that is made up of love. It is how we distort and constrict that turns into fear. So love itself, I've realized as well, is made up of faith. And the faith in goodness and the light that can come into the heart when you have faith in goodness, and the natural evolution of good in your life when you have that faith. But it takes spiritual discipline, and it takes true dedication to that path, because we live in a paradigm that wants to keep us in fear. The old paradigm, the dying paradigm, it's a paradigm that wanted to keep us in fear so that hierarchical structures could have control. Now that we're entering the age of Aquarius, it's the age of the individual. We don't need those powered structures, and we're learning how to connect with Source and remember our God selves in real time here on planet Earth without needing approval from anybody out or outside Source. This is what a spiritual awakening is. And so the fear, and this is not an easy process, and this is going to be happening for a while. It's probably going to be for the rest of my lifetime. And I know this is why I'm here, to help bring words to it and discuss it, and to hold the flame, to hold the candle, and to hold the light in these times, and to really, really hold to the light. Because that's something that I continue to do, and I make a conscious effort of it. And you can do this anytime. If you are feeling doomsday, if you are feeling dark, you can literally touch the ground, connect to Source, and call upon the light. You can do this. Remember, you are God in your human form. You are a part of the whole. You are part of nature. Nature is God. However you want to say it, however you want to feel it. I am not religious. I was not raised with any religion. So I just say God freely. I say Great Spirit. I say cosmic consciousness. I say universe. But, really asking ourselves, what are we feeding? Are we feeding our fear, which is going to constrict, contract, and it's going to go into a entropic timeline that is dissolving, because that world is dissolving, because that old paradigm is losing power? Or are we going to feed faith and love and the natural cycles of the universe, and try to exit this little minute of human experience we're having and try to see the broad view that we are truly spiritual beings having a human experience here on planet Earth right now. And I do believe, for the people that are watching this and resonating with it, it is our cosmic duty to really hold to the evolving timeline that is of the light, that has faith, and is connected to love. Which means not letting fear dictate or rule our behavior. I know it's easier said than done, but really it takes practice and it takes discipline. So here, when I'm looking at the chart, I'm seeing, oh, we have Saturn conjunct Neptune coming up in Pisces. That is spiritual discipline. Saturn rules discipline, structure, boundaries. It rules systems. Neptune is the great dissolver. It is unity consciousness. It is ultimate compassion. It is spirit. Those two combined, and that is what we're coming up to here in 2025. That's what we're coming up to here. So those of us that are here and feel we are to be, more and more I'm realizing that my purpose, I was asking myself in the bathtub last night. I was meditating and I asked myself, why did I come to planet Earth? And I waited and I sat there and I got really quiet and I had my whole head underwater, like 11 in Stranger Things. I was like, and I just heard the words to remember. That's what I keep hearing over and over and over, to remember. And I think about that, and I think about what that means. To remember is to reconnect. So something was lost, something was taken. And it really was this separation of spirit and body, right? Or that this outside source, something outside of us, had power over our spirits. When in fact, we are the ones. We are here. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think this is what a lot of us are here supposed to be doing. Are remembering our spiritual power. That we can create. That we do create. That we are not beholden to any outside structure. That's why all of our lives are our creation. And what we feed, what our consciousness feeds, is what we will reap. So if we feed the fear, we will reap fear. It'll be constrictive, and it'll be really dark. If we feed the love, we will feel the love. And there will be an opening, more opportunity, more prosperity, more growth. So that's kind of what the message of this January is about. It's legitimate spiritual awakening vibes. And, for as much pain that people are going through right now, the thing that I keep holding to, there's fires going on in LA, there's stuff all over the planet, right? The thing that I keep holding to is, through every destructive act that is Mother Earth is handing to humanity right now, there is always creation. And that is what we must remember. Through destruction, there is creation. And what is on the other side of that destruction? And that is, I just feel the call to create. There's a new world being created right now, and it's up to the creatives, the empaths, the psychic ones, the sensitive ones, to be the ones to create it. We shouldn't be looking outside of ourselves. Take responsibility. We are the change we want to see in the world. The change is happening through us, not to us. Embody the change. Be what we want to see. So that's my message for today, and I love you guys. I'm sending so much love. I'm holding the torch. I'm holding the flame. I'm here for you if you need counseling, coaching, any kind of a reading. I'm here for you. I'm moving strongly into coaching these days. I'm getting busier and busier. It's wonderful. And I got a whole new website on the way, and things are leveling up. 2025. I'm getting ready for the awakening. Woo! All right. I love you guys. Bye.